badass action movie icons, America, and throwing Satan off of a cliff. That's Broforce, and this is a pixelated view. It's not very often that you get a game full of pop culture nostalgia, and even more rare when it's chocked so full of badassery. Is that a word? Make it one. So when I seen that Broforce was offered as one of this month's free PlayStation Plus games, I had to take the call. America needed me. Published by Devolver Digital, who are also responsible for publishing Hotline Miami, and developed by Abstraction Games, Broforce attempts to make every red-blooded American male's adrenaline-fueled, explosion-filled fantasies come true. Does it hit the target, or does it run out of ammo? The story centers around a brigade of bros who are looking to end Satan's tyranny on the United States. With each area you liberate, you end up coming across other bros to help your cause to stop Satan and his terrorists in their tracks and make them accept freedom or die. There is nothing more American or patriotic than making sure America's enemies get sent to the big USA party in the sky. Hell yeah! The game has no voiceovers as far as a story narrative. They use guttural grunts to convey how they feel, although the game does a decent enough job of getting its point across, with pop-ups when you go to liberate a new area, as well as a few little cutscenes here and there. Again, these cutscenes are not voiced over, but they get the message across. Some of them are pretty damn funny as well. If you absolutely need the story to be told to you or narrated, or need there to be voice actors to care about a story, then you won't find much here. But really, the game is not about that. The game features a full single-player campaign comprised of a nice chunk of areas to run through. But besides the campaign being solo, you can also team up with 3 other bros to liberate the hell out of everything. It also features a versus mode where you can show your bros who loves America more. But as far as I know, that mode is offline only. I would have loved for this mode to be online just for a little bit of extra gameplay to be had. On top of that, you get a pretty sizable list of bros to unlock, all from classic action films. Some range from the 80s and 90s all the way up to the 2000s. With characters like Rambro, to Bronan the Barbarian, Braid, Brochetti, and tons of other favorites. My personal favorite though has to be their take on Ash Williams from the Evil Dead series, Ash Williams. Each one has their own signature gear they can use, and they did a pretty great job of having their special moves fit their character. The bros themselves really make this game. A little added bonus on the PS4 side of things, when you beat a level, the controller light bar flashes red, white, and blue. Although not in the correct order, but still, America. If you have ever played Contra or Metal Slug, then you'll feel right at home with this game. But what sets it apart from those two games are the destructible environments. You are able to shoot and blow up and destroy anything in the way of your goal. And it is actually recommended you do so to get around hairy situations to reach the end. You will start kind of slow at first, just making your way around, but before you know it, you will be blazing through these levels while stunting on terrorists while riding propane tanks, and using the environment to your advantage. You will eventually find yourself trying to pull off cool run-throughs, trying to speedrun in a badass fashion. While the gameplay is nothing revolutionary, it isn't trying to be. It's just some nice quick action you can pick up and play and put down and come back to later. The game has a handful of bosses, and eventually you'll run into a different threat other than terrorists. None of them are too overly challenging or difficult, but some of them are very satisfying to destroy. They don't particularly take a certain strategy, seeing as it would be hard to do with every bro having somewhat of a different attack, but this doesn't stop the game from being fun. There are 3 different endings you can get, and although they are not drastically different, it does give you something to play the game on other difficulties for, and they can be funny, but I won't spoil them here. Everything controls very well. The shooting is very responsive, and the jumping and platforming is very painless to do. You will rarely die from an accidental jumping death. All the levels later on have things that happen where you may fall to your death, but it won't be because of controls themselves. But even with all of this, there's still a few gripes I have about the controls, which I will get to next. Sticking with the topic of controls, one thing I did not like was after reaching a certain challenge level, I discovered I could not make this jump for the life of me. I tried and figured I had to use a certain bro or something was missing. I left this level and finished the rest of the game. But when I played through it again, I noticed when I held L1, I could run. I had no damn idea you could even run. Nowhere in this game is there an option that tells you this or a screen showing you the controls. It did not ruin the game, but once you figure it out, you can get through things a little bit easier. There are also frame rate issues aplenty in later levels when the action gets too heavy. Not sure if they're going to look into a patch for this or not, but when I tried to cut down the camera shake to see if that would help, even that went haywire on me, making it difficult to set the option, but in the end, it did not make a difference anyway. There also seems to be a weird glitch where you cannot attain 100% completion, even if you do every single level and challenge mission, but I cannot confirm this 100%. I didn't really mean that last pun, but it works, I'll take it. Speaking of bugs, there seems to be a weird issue where at the start of a level, within the first 10 or so seconds your character will freeze for a second, and that can make a big difference in later levels when you're having to run from the start. An easy way around this issue is to just wait a few seconds before moving, or pause the game as soon as you are able to move for just a few seconds, and it should do the trick. But you have to do this every time you restart the level or go to a new one. I don't like to give number scores like some IGN 23 out of 10 or some bullshit, because it's all a matter of opinion anyway. But do I think you should buy this game? Hard for me to say as it was a freebie on PlayStation Plus during its debut, but if you missed the free shot at the game, I still will recommend it as long as you don't mind the bugs I mentioned just a bit ago. Hopefully they patch these issues because, other than that, I absolutely love the game. The nostalgia of seeing some of your favorite action stars mowing through terrorists and Satan himself is pretty damn awesome, and seems like an off-the-wall action movie in itself. At the time of this review, the game's normal price is slated at $15 on the PlayStation Store. In order to do this review, I completed the game on normal, hard, and halfway through Iron Bro mode with no bros lost so far. Makes me hope they do a sequel, maybe include spin-offs of other characters such as the Toxic Avenger, Liam Neeson, Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee or both, Jason Statham, Clint Eastwood, Shaft, Hulk Hogan. Well, they can use pre-racist 80s Hulk. Or what about superhero spin-offs of Batman or Superman? There are so many potential things they can do with this game, and it came a long way from their original Kickstarter project, so I'm keeping an eye out for a sequel. Name it Broforce, Bro Harder, something like that. I don't care, just take that name for free, just do it. This was my very first video review. Did you like it? Hate it? Did you accidentally get here while watching porn? However the case may be, let me know in the comments if you want more videos like this. Or if you're the shy silent type, drop some justice on that like button to let me know to make this series a thing, or if I should just drop it. Thanks a lot for checking it out, and I will see you all at the next liberated area.
You smart. You very smart. We the best. You a genius. I appreciate you. You loyal. I changed a lot. You can too. Win, 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 no matter what. Them doors that was closed, I ripped the doors off and took the hinges off. And when I took the hinges off, I put the hinges in the boy's hands. Yeah, in the boy hands. You know, I took the whole door off and the hinges and I put it in the boy's hands. You could put the hinges on their hands too.